Thank you so much. It's good to have you there. This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. You are on to the news on the air. I am Fulusho Taiwo. You're welcome. After a meeting by the House of Bishops comprising the Most Reverend Godwin Okpala, the Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, the House of Clergy and House of Laity of the Province of the Niger, Anglican Communion resolved that the demonstration going on at Awka against Bishop Owen Nwokolo, Bishop of the Diocese on the Niger, is not by Anglicans, but by the hirelings who call themselves concerned Christian and non-Christian citizens of Anambra State, coordinated by one Mr. Ernest Anafonye and Onjedi Kanwosu as their secretary. They made this statement in a press conference released by the bishops and the Archbishop of the province.
House of Bishops, comprising of the Most Reverend Professor G.I.N. Okpala, Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, the Right Reverend Henry Okeke, Bishop of Mbamile Diocese, the Right Reverend Alex Ibezim, PhD, Bishop of Awka Diocese, the Right Reverend Johnson Ekwe, Bishop of Niger West Diocese, the Right Reverend Professor Israel Okoye, Bishop of Ihala Diocese, the Right Reverend Prosper Ama, Bishop of Abaru Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Owen Nwokolo, Bishop on the Niger, and the representatives of the bishops of the Diocese of Aguata and Amiche, respectively, the House of Clergy and the House of Laity of the Province of the Niger, Anglican Communion. It was resolved as follows. 1. The demonstration going on at Awka against Bishop Owen Nwokolo, Bishop of the Diocese on the Niger, is not by Anglicans, but by hirelings who call themselves concerned Christian and non-Christian citizens of Anambra State, coordinated by one Mr. Ernest Anafonye and Onjedi Kanwosu as their secretary. They are bent on tarnishing the image of the Anglican Church, Right Reverend Dr. Owen Nwokolo and the Diocese on the Niger, who are the rightful owner of the land at Nkisi Road, GRA Onitsha, where there is Bishop Crowder Memorial Primary School since 1926, with a duly registered document in 1927. 2. The publication in the Sunday Sun newspaper of the 4th day of November 2018, authored by the so-called Reverend Zacchaeus Ilebuna, who used a pen name, is not a priest of the Anglican Communion, and the information therein are all false. Likewise, the publication in the Sun newspaper of today, the 6th day of November 2018, authored by Akajofo, is equally unfounded, false, and baseless. 3. The Church Missionary Society duly ensured that the school became a local authority school for the purpose of aid and grants, while the ownership of the school and land remained the property of the diocese on the Niger. Since 1956, Bishop Crowder Memorial School, Nkisi Road, Onitsha, was founded as a local authority school by the application of the diocese on the Niger. In 2012, the report of the State Committee on the resolution of the disputes over the ownership of certain primary schools before the takeover of schools by the government of the then East Central State in 1970, set up by His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi under the chairmanship of Honorable Justice G.U. Ononiba, stated clearly that the school is an Anglican school and should be handed over to the Anglican Church, which is the diocese on the Niger. Up till now, that report of the committee has not been implemented, despite all efforts to do so. The government of Anambra State is requested to hand over the school to the diocese on the Niger to manage, control, and administer, and the ownership of the land, which commenced in 1926, should be honored as certified. True copies of supporting documents are available. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Anambra State. God bless the Anglican Communion. Amen. God bless you all. It was signed by Godwin Okpala, Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and the Bishop of Nnewi.
The Senate has told the presidency to stop blaming the National Assembly for the delay in the passage of the nation's annual budget. It also asks the executive arm of government to stop playing politics with the annual fiscal document. The state minority leader, Senator Biodun Olujimi, who stated this in a statement, noted that playing politics with sensitive issues like the budgeting process could be counterproductive. Mrs. Olujimi faulted a recent statement attributed to President Muhammadu Buhari, blaming the National Assembly for the delay in the passage of the annual budget. The statement urged the executive arm of government to ensure that the estimates submitted to the legislature are backed by details and documents. Uche Nwosu, the chief of staff to the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, has said being a son-in-law to the governor does not disqualify him from succeeding his boss in office. Mr. Nwosu also debunked allegations that his principal is controlling the state by putting his family members in key positions of authority. The governor's bid to ensure his son-in-law succeeds him has torn the party apart and also pitched him against the All Progressive Congress chairman Adams Oshiomhole, who has refused to recognize Mr. Nwosu. The conflict led to two parallel primaries being organized in the state, producing two governorship candidates, one of them Mr. Nwosu. Mr. Okorocha had earlier appealed to the National Working Committee of the APC led by Mr. Oshiomhole to submit the name of his son-in-law to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as the winner of the APC governorship primaries in the state. After the confusion over the authentic candidate of the APC in the state, INEC initially pasted the name of Mr. Nwosu's rival, Hope Uzodinma, as the right candidate for next year's governorship election. The name of Mr. Uzodinma was pasted at the INEC office along Porakot Road in Owerri with Akalisa Cyprian Okechukwu as his running mate. But the electoral body later reversed itself when it omitted the name of Imo State governorship candidate in the provisional list released last week for 2019 polls. This is in apparent defiance to suits filed by both candidates asking the courts to disqualify the other. INEC says it awaits the court's final verdict on the matter. As campaigns for the 2019 general elections kicked off at the weekend, Farida Waziri, a former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has charged politicians to make their agenda for Nigerians their focus rather than dwelling on issues that will further divide people. She also urged political leaders, especially those seeking elective positions, to prevail on their supporters and followers to eschew violence in any form as campaigns for various elective positions began. Waziri, who spoke while fielding questions from journalists at the sideline of an event in Victoria Island, Lagos, said the country needs peace and unity to have a successful 2019 elections. She said the nation had lost too many innocent souls to the urge of violence in some parts of the country in the recent past and cannot afford to waste more human resources in the name of political campaigns and elections. Speaking on why integrity should be a major parameter for electing the next set of political leaders for the country, the EFCC former chairman said that could not be discountenanced if the nation is serious about rapid growth and development. The 18 members of the Ondo State House of Assembly who effected a change in their leadership at the weekend have alleged threats to their lives and relocated to Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. 7 of them were beaten up and injured last Friday when members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, led by the state chairman Jacob Adebo, invaded the assembly after the impeachment of the speaker and his deputy, Honorable Bamidele Olojelogun and Ogundeji Iroju, respectively. The lawmakers relocated to Ibadan following fear of further attacks by the NURTW members. Honorable Olamide George and Faluju Abimbola were sworn in on Friday as the new speaker and deputy speaker, respectively. Meanwhile, a peace meeting called by Governor Rotimi Akeredolu at the weekend to reverse the impeachment was shunned by the 18 lawmakers. Only the 7 members in the camp of the SAC leaders attended. It was gathered that the lawmakers boycotted the meeting because of their safety after the attack last Friday. A petition to the Inspector General of Police signed by the new speaker, his deputy and the majority leader Gbenga Araoyinbo also called on President Muhammadu Buhari to rescue them from alleged reign of terror in the state, alleging that since Friday their family members are being threatened over the impeachment. George said that the former speaker and his deputy were impeached over gross misconduct, financial recklessness, abuse of power, and incompetence. The Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery has begun exercise Vulcan Globe to support and strengthen the fight against insurgency and other security threats in the country. The commander of the Nigerian Army Corps Artillery, Major General Abuja, said in Kacha, Kaduna State that the exercise involving all artillery formations and units will harmonize information, planning, employment and deployment of artillery in all phases of war, including counter-insurgency operations. TAFA disclosed that the exercise was also a competition among the formations and units, at the end of which the exceptional brigade will go home with a trophy. 5 brigades are participating in the 6-day exercise, which include 31 Artillery Brigade Mina, 32 Artillery Brigade Akure, 33 Artillery Brigade Bauchi, 34 Artillery Brigade Owerri, and 35 Artillery Brigade in Ogun State. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has said the federal government is yet to begin any dialogue with the union over the ongoing strike. The national president of the union, Biodun Ogunyemi, said this in a phone interview with journalists. The union embarked on strike 1 week ago over the poor funding of Nigerian universities and an alleged plan by the federal government to increase students' fees and introduce an education bank. The union also accuses the federal government of not implementing a 2017 agreement. Mr. Ogunyemi said the union has placed a memorandum before the government on how universities can be funded, but nothing has been done on it. The union leader said ASU has not seen any invitation from government to discuss the strike. Mr. Ogunyemi said the strike has so far been successful across the campuses, but for few vice-chancellors. However, Earlier last week, the Education Minister Adamu urged the union to exercise restraint in its demands. The minister said the demands of the union dated back to 2009 during the administration of the late President Umaru Yar'Adua, when Nigeria had not yet entered into a recession. Mr. Adamu noted that the government would improve the funding of education when oil price rises and the economy improves. We shall now go on a short commercial break. We shall come in with more stories when we are back from the break. Please stay with us.
It is time for the fulfillment of the promise of restoration according to Joel 2:25 at the Divine Commonwealth Conference of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, DIVCON 2018. The Lord says, "I shall arise and comfort my people." DIVCON 2018 begins Monday 12th to Friday 16th November at the National Christian Center, Abuja, and features Bible study, prevailing prayer sessions, and soul-stirring messages on the conference theme, "I will restore." Come, learn how to deal with the locust of our time, and we shall eat in plenty and be satisfied. DIVCON 2018, a time of revivals, divine encounters, and national discourse featuring anointed speakers and vibrant teachers nationwide. DIVCON 2018 opens with a revival service on Monday 12th at 5 p.m. while the formal opening charge will be on Tuesday 13th November 10 a.m. by the conference convener, the Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, Metropolitan and Primate of all Nigeria, Anglican Communion. Come and be blessed.
He will restore.
You are welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, please download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to some foreign news. Mozambique's President Filipe Nyusi has opened a Chinese-built bridge in the capital Maputo that cost $785 million and said it will help link northern and southern Africa. The twin-tower suspension bridge stands 141 meters, 463 feet above Maputo Bay, is 680 meters long and joins the city center to the outlying district of Katembe. The ex-president of Mozambique, Samora Machel, also stated that the completion of the bridge is an achievement of his dream as the connection of southern Africa to north overland and across the country is guaranteed. According to Nyusi, the bridge which connects the north and the south banks of Maputo that were previously linked only by boat would help promote tourism, adding that it will also directly link the capital to the border of neighboring South Africa by road for the first time. He further described China, whose Road and Bridge Corporation began construction in June 2014, as a brother and friend of Mozambique. China's ambassador to Maputo, Sujian, attended the opening, described Mozambique as a foreign policy priority for Beijing, and that 95% of the bridge's cost was financed through loans provided by Chinese leaders. And now to sports. Manchester United, Man U, can forget trying to challenge Manchester City until they can even compete for a place in the Premier League. Top four, Jose Mourinho confessed as his side were outclassed in a 3-1 derby defeat by the English champions on Sunday. A fourth league loss of the season leaves United already 12 points adrift of their local rivals, just 12 games into the new campaign of even more concern for Mourinho's job. Prospects, the Red Devils are now also 7 points adrift. The top 4 putting Champions League qualification for next season at risk. Indeed, 8th placed United are now as close to Cardiff in the relegation zone as they are to Manchester City. And so that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. We want to thank you and thank you profusely for watching. I am Folusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.